What's good? This is Black Authentic Truth. And I came across a meme by Jay Morrison that I want to elaborate on and give my thoughts on it. Imagine if every man who had a quote unquote baby mama turned her into a wife and was present in the household to provide fatherly love and instructions to his children. The quote unquote hood wouldn't be the hood, it would be a neighborhood. Our communities are missing real men, period. Now, there's some things that I agree with about what was said, and there's some things that I don't agree with, and I'm going to go into it. Now, one thing that I do agree with is that children fare way better when there's a father in the house. Children do better when they have a father, and I don't got to go into the statistics and the studies that they have done to show and prove that children fare better, are more healthy-minded, and more adapt and ready for the world when they have a father in the home. So I agree with that. What I don't like is that it implies that women are good simply because they have kids. They're compassionate, they're respectful to their husbands, and they work for the benefit of a strong black household. What I feel it also implies is that the same old stereotype is that black men are afraid, scared, and running from responsibility, and they abandon their children, and they're not ready or willing to stand up as real men. And you know, that's something we've heard in the black community our whole lives. Now, there are irresponsible black women and irresponsible black men. And also, it's like it's implying that there's a magical power that a wedding ring has, or that having the title of a wife has, that could turn a quote unquote baby mama into a virtuous woman. Now, I personally know great fathers that have dealt with bad situations, and I personally know great mothers that have dealt with bad situations. Now, if black men learn from a young age that if you have sex with a woman, it's a wrap. If you lay with her, you got to stay with her. If black women learn from a young age that it's a wrap when you have sex with a man, you allow a man to come into you, that is a man that you're with for the rest of your life. And if you lay with him, you got to stay with him. Then we would have a process in the black community where people are very careful of who they decide to sleep with. We would be wives and husbands and not baby mamas and baby daddies. Now, because of this society and the way it is, we go into relationships like we're going into a test drive for a new car. We try out people. We go into relationships wondering when it's going to fail. And we don't go into relationships with a solid foundation, and better yet, getting to know a person in a real way that we should, which is courtship. Also, we cannot forget the role that the United States government has played in keeping the black man out of the household and out of his power and his rightful place in his household. And let's keep it real funky and way real. Black men as a whole, as a nation of people, I'm not saying individuals, have never actually been the leaders and the heads of households physically, spiritually, and most importantly, psychologically in the black community since slavery. Now, during slavery, our family structure was the black woman next to the slave master with the children, and the black man out of the home, unable to say anything to what goes on in that home or control his household or his family. So in closing, instead of us as black people always focusing on genders and focusing on what black men need to do, what black women need to do, we should focus on the system that has broken our family structure that we actively, even now, try to participate in, and it has not worked for us at all. It has not worked for us relationship-wise. It has not worked for us morally. It has not worked for us physically. It has not worked for us spiritually. This is the War G for Black Authentic Truth. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the truth.